Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Civilization 3 Age of Imperialism, where we are playing as Germany, and we are currently at war with America. Yes, it's not even World War One yet, technically, and we're already fighting the America? It is crazy, isn't it? But, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have returned. After the short video that I had the other day, um, we're gonna get right back into it. So, first things first, the last episode we have successfully taken New Orleans, and now we need to build up our defenses in New Orleans, so that way we can hold. We can hold it, and now that I feel a little bit more secure, we're going to move our navy up towards Philadelphia. Our colonial troops are having quite a good old time, just sitting there waiting. I am going to try and build a navy in the Chinese regions to hold back American pressure, and perhaps even try to set up some sort of colonial battle where the troops from China are going to consolidate and try to take the Hawaiian Islands, Guam, and other American colony regions inside the area, including Alaska. Maybe. Even, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is sort of the goal. We're building up a navy in these particular cities so that way we can do such things. And we're hopeful that we can somehow we can do something, because we are now being beset by a Virginia class battleship that is just harassing us, and we need to figure out how to get rid of that particular ship, and hopefully we can take Midway, Wake, and Honolulu, and then maybe perhaps even Seward up here in Alaska, and maybe perhaps even make landings in San Diego, Seattle. Maybe try to cut the nation, make it a two-front war of sorts. Okay, I, thank you. Thanks Austria. I really appreciate you for that stuff. You know, that does make me feel a lot better for you to do that. Anyway, regardless, we are going to go right back to war, because I don't know why Austria-Hungary has to be that guy, but they are being that guy, and I don't like them for it. I think it is dumb. Anyway, there's one thing about this mod that I wish I could do, and that's to break the Austria-Hungarian treaties, mutual treaties, because when they declare peace, yeah, everything gets peace declared. Very annoying. We're going to move these troops here, and we're going to defend them while I use these mountain guns to try and destroy, at least try to destroy the city defense right now. Oh, there is no city defense. Oh, how interesting. I would have figured they've made one by now. But no, they did not. Interesting, interesting. It looks like we're going to have a pretty solid stack. Maybe. Maybe we'll have a decent stack of divisions to send over to reinforce the American conflict. The conflict. Maybe the troops that I will be stacking up for their next wave will park outside Boston. Try to take Boston, and we can move south. Take the coastal cities, it makes it easier a little. Well, not makes it easier, makes it a little harder. But just means that we can get more industry. Honestly. Trying to take Washington would be pretty hard, because we can't go through the Chesapeake to do that. No. Nope. How many troops we have right now there? Good many. Good many artillery as well. Yes. Oh, good. We'll do that, and we'll go here to Berlin and get classical conditioning there. I want to get these wonders done so that we can get more tech. Good, good. Yes, fight me, fight me. Perish against the tides. But you can see the maxims do a bit of work, but since my infantry has more health and outranks them right now, they won't be used very often. But they can be used for at least some sort of ballistics to attempt to wound the enemy of sorts. Advanced biology. And by the time advanced biology gets done, it just means that we can do more. Anyway, let's have more battleships be made in those particular regions. Makes things fun. Until we can get steel and coal, I think, in the America over here, we won't be able to produce many, like, really good artillery. It's all gonna be kind of meh artillery. So we have to keep that in mind. That is going to be the case. Alright. Don't get me wrong, mountain guns are pretty good. They have 3 movement, they're pretty quick, but they do sacrifice firepower for movement. That's it's not really an issue. It's just not what I would look forward to is what I'm getting at. No, not at all. So we make do. I see a steam transport. American, perhaps. Not sure how they're going to get back into the city to drop off those supplies, but it won't matter too much because we will be destroying that ship. Destroy that ship. I think I'll take the navy that's down there that I'm moving towards Philadelphia. I think what I'll do is move them actually up to Boston because I do have a lot of things here that I can grab and pull in. Let's see, we got 1 transport, 2 transports, still has 2 more transports that needs to be filled. So we'll do that by getting some field guns and some other things. Yeah. We just need to get everything on track here. And it looks like they're going to be attacking again. How many troops are they going to try and throw at me this time? It looks like it is slowing down just a little bit. I won't say it's a big slowdown, but it is slowing down. So that is a good thing. It is definitely a good thing. British colonies seem to be emptying out as they were moving their troops across to Africa for some weird reason. Guess to hunt down the barbarians, to get them out of the way so they can grow their cities at least a little bit. Don't know. Don't know. Let's see. Let's get a howitzer battery over there. Missionary post. We'll get a field gun. Just need to start building a good bit of artillery, really. Easier to bombard from both land and sea. Late game, it's also good to bombard from the air, so it is the little things. It is quite literally the little things that make the mod pack pretty good. Pretty good. Yes. And after a while, these mountain guns, right? They will do just enough to do multiple bombards. That is definitely, a really good thing. It is definitely a really good thing. Very handy, if you ask me. But, it's what makes it worthwhile, To have multiple, um, yeah, multiple bombarding spots. Alright, we'll stick that in Fouchau. Okay. Alright, so we're going to take this one cavalry, and we're actually going to take him to go around. Now, it is not ideal to do this, but I do this just so that I can prod into America. Scout. They will. It's almost kind of like throwing bait. Honestly, you're throwing a man on a horse to gallivant through the middle of your enemy. You're likely gonna try and pick him off, but I am using him to see if I can't scout out some easy takes. Well, at this point in the game, it is kind of hard to do some easy takes, so we're gonna try and do some takeys. Hopefully, there will be a city like Seattle that's not gonna be heavily defended. I like to propose a deal. I want to try and keep that deal going, and it's going to get more expensive to do it. But I am not at all ready to try and fight the British right now. Not at the present moment. I will eventually. Advanced biology, airships taken, advanced physics, and now all we gotta do is go down here, take genetics. Start building some culture in these little colonies. I do want to expand at least a little bit in that region. Definitely want to. Okay. Alright, let me think here. Getting ready to attack Atlanta. And maybe strike at Boston. I need more freaking artillery. Focused all guns. As long as we can focus at least some guns, it might be okay. Alright. Get all this bombarded. Try to. Okay. Moving the transport. Moving the transports. We'll get the new wave ready to go. And we'll strike out. Yeah, see, the Gatling guns As you can see here, it's quite literally just like the Maxim machine guns, but not really the Maxim. Denver might be lately defended. Just gotta get rid of the Gatling gun. Yeah. They've given up on trying to get into the cities. Now they're just dropping off their troops on dry land. That's funny. I like that. That's funny. I've confused the AI just so that they'd be like, "Oh God, well I can't get into the city. I guess I'm dropping them off elsewhere." Okay. Okay. I'll move that there. Ooh. Like it. I like it. I like it. I want more of it. Okay. That is a lot more damage. That is a lot of damage. Okay. Now, what we can do is get these German infantry. German infantry! German infantry! And we will try to destroy the city defender. Because the city defender, in my honest opinion, is harder to destroy than the damn Maxim machine guns. I'll be honest. It is. It is quite literally the most frustrating freaking, yeah. It is the most frustrating. Next to the Gatling guns. Yeah. As you can tell, yeah. Colonial Brigade, we'll get rid of that real quick. Take them back in. Take that. Take that, cavalry. 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 Maybe I can get lucky and go for 2. Maybe. No, I'm not that lucky. Come on. There we go. Gatlin's destroyed. There's only militias in there, and the militias are usually 2 HP. And major powers, or as they call it, colonial power, imperial power, I mean. Colonial power militias only have 1 block of HP. And for some reason, the home guards are fucking strong. Don't know why. They shouldn't be that damn strong. At all. They should not be that strong. At all. They have 4 defense, 1 attack. They shouldn't be. They should just be fodder at that point, dude. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird how they did that. How they're just like that. Like, look at that. That's crazy. That's really, really crazy. Dumb, even, if you ask me. That's dumb. That's dumb. Alright, let's get rid of the city guard, please. There we go. Battle for Atlanta. And, not sponsored, but we have captured the Coca-Cola Company. And that keeps the AI from destroying the city, by the way. That's the whole sort of purpose. The whole reason why these little wonders like that, little flavor wonders like that are there, is because of that particular reason. So we'll go ahead and convert that. We'll ensure that that cavalry is repaired. We still have that navy being built up. I don't have any steam transports yet, but we will definitely be preparing for that. Alright. Boston's Navy's gonna get reinforced there. And hopefully we can make more progress. We definitely need to make more progress. But the Battle of Atlanta has been won, but it is not over. Unfortunately, it won't be over because I'm thinking that every time I take a city, the AI is going to try and get it back of sort the hard way, you know. I can at least move at least some of these units in, get them somewhat stacked and protected a little bit. Can't get the rest of them in there, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to get everybody all hunkered down. Alright, the Navy made it. So now all we gotta do is just continuously ground pound the city. Plus, doing this gives me a gauge of how many units are in that city, which makes it a hell of a lot better to try and take when I have an idea of how many troops are actually inside that city and what am I looking at for their defenders. So you do have a lot of infantry in there that are 10-10, and then we have Gatling cannons that are 10-12, or 112 with 10 bombardment. So we can at least, it looks like we can pound down the HP of them until we have made a full rotation. So we have wounded pretty much every single unit that is viable within the city at least once. At the very least once. Alright, they're going to try and take back Atlanta. I think that's what that was, right? Was it Atlanta? Okay, the Marshall Islands are going to get bombarded for a little bit. Not much I can do with that. But as you can see here, the Maxim guns, they are pretty good. They're just not strong, but they are relatively somewhat decent. They can hold their own is what I'm getting at. They can hold their own to some degree. I just wish they, you know, upgrade a little faster. But essentially, what that assault was that steam transport. They dropped that off, and they moved the ones that was dropped off previously around. So they have resorted from attacking with actual home troops that they have made to now using the troops they have gotten from their colonies. So that is a relatively good sign, in my opinion, of progress. So now that I know they're going to be looking at this city a little bit more, I'm going to reinforce it just a little more. We're also going to try and reinforce pretty much everything else here. So we'll go ahead and do that. I know I had one elite unit that needed repaired, so we'll go ahead and get them repaired. Alright, next stop, probably, I don't know. I'm thinking Houston. I think Houston might be the way to go. I think so. They have Scandinavia? Scandinavia resources? What? Anyway. Let's get all these batteries out of the city and move them down here. Yep, we'll take all these. We're gonna try and take Houston now because it's not a big city. It's a dangerous city, but it's not a big city. So we're gonna level it because it's right there on the border. So yes, let's get those guys locked down. Let's get them locked down. And then we're going to assault Boston when we can get our army peak condition. Maybe. I know. I know Germany across the sea is not making military units for some reason. We're at a state of war, and they're like, nah, we don't need it. But I'm glad to say that we did make more progress in this episode. So, that's always a plus, always a good thing. Always a great thing. So, we'll just, we'll roll with it for now. Right? We'll roll with it. Better progress, all around. We're taking cities little by little. At this point, it might be one city per episode. Because it does take about 30 minutes to take one city. After a while, it'll take 2 episodes to take one city. But that's, I guess it's fine. Content's content, right, guys? Content's content. So, all right, we'll try and take Houston down. Open up the way. Show me the way. All right, bring them down. Okay. Before we end a turn, I'm going to Germany. Yes, I thought. I need all of these guys to be artillery. In Dresden, I'm sorry, but I need you to do infantry. And we'll speed things along. Alright, we still have a few more ships to fill up. And they're gonna be sending over a few many, I shouldn't say a whole lot, but a good many artillery that's gonna help us in the long run. So. Alright, they're going to attack from the north because I took their, yeah. Alright, yeah, they're going, here comes the next wave of American troops to try and push me out of one of these cities at the very least. But, I'm not gonna let them. No, I'm just gonna be like, nah, I refuse. Gen X gain, advanced physics, industrialization, awesome. And now we get to do relativity. Theory of relativity. Okay. Alright, let's get a missionary post there. Now, we wait. And I'm going to actually take this guy, this cavalry, and get rid of that. Okay, now we'll take that and defend that. Damn it. Alright. We'll end the video, basically, as we're trying to take Houston. Maybe I'll be lucky and there's not a whole lot in here that I gotta bulldoze through. Maybe. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe. I don't know. RNG doesn't seem to be on my side right now. But just maybe. There is a maybe. Alright, let's see if we can't do some damage here. At least get rid of the Gatlins and the home guard. Not home guard, the city guard. If we can take out the city guard, that'd be great. Okay, awesome. That's great. Alright, and there is a cavalry unit there. Cavalry do not have great defense. They have really good attack, which makes sense because they're used to clean out cities, but they're not really good for defense. Okay, there's another one there. A home guard. Maybe a home guard or a colonial guard, one of the two. Ugh. Just a normal home guard. Okay. Thought I had another. Thought I had another, yeah, another, cavalry, but I don't. What a shame. I was gonna say, don't let that militia get the best of you, bro. You're better than that. You're better than that. Alright, let's try and take Huston while I can in this episode, please. Pretty please. Pretty please. They're gonna need all the help they can get right now. Let's get that all sped up. Get that sped up. Get that sped up. And this to speed up. Alright. I don't think... Maybe. I got a lot of one movement turns left for them. Alright, we can take Huston. Awesome. And now all I gotta do now is hold the damn city. So we'll take everybody here in this stack and bring them all into the city. We'll wake every one of these guys up too. And we'll move them all into the city. And we'll have them all kind of sit there and go, what am I doing now? What am I doing now? But yes, my friends, that's going to be it for this episode. The Battle of Atlanta and the Battle of Huston. And we've won. Great, too, honestly. It makes up for, well, my very short episode on Monday. But yes, my friends, thank you for watching this episode. And until next time, peace out.